there, it's AJ and welcome to Art Cards with AJ. Thank you for joining me. Today I am going to be featuring a Technique Junkies stamp that I was just giddy when I saw it because I love to make handmade cards to donate to animal rescues, and this one has a cat and a dog on it, so it was like perfect for animal rescues. So if you haven't, by the way, if you haven't donated to animal rescues and you would like to, reach out to them first to see if they have a need for handmade cards. Sometimes they may use them for thank yous when people make monetary donations, and sometimes they may have fundraisers and they could sell your cards to make money for the rescue to help the animals. So make sure you reach out to them first and that they have a need for that, okay? So Technique Junkies has a new release at the beginning of every month, and usually there's 10, 12, 13 stamps. In this particular release, they have one called Rescued is My Favorite Breed. That's what the stamp says, and has a cat and dog on it. I love it so much. And they also have a German Shepherd that is beautiful, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through a card together. We can make a card together. I'm going to use cardstock and just basic colors that a lot of people have that have been crafting for a while. I'm not going to use a punch. I'm not going to use a die. I am going to use ribbon, but I will give you an idea of how to create something similar if you don't have a paw print ribbon. So that way we can do all this together. So I'm going to stick with red, black, and white because that's always a very attractive color combination. Very appealing to the eye, and people just are drawn to it and love it. And at the end of the video, I will show you many different ideas and ways I have used this stamp, and was pulling out, paw print paper I've had forever and things like that. So hope this will get your creative juices going, and so let's have some fun. This size is 4 by 5 1/4, this red piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this ribbon near the top and the bottom, and this is going to go in the middle. Okay, I'll just leave a nice little small gap in between the top and the bottom. All right, so let me do that. It looks pretty even all around. Now, do I want to raise that up? You could raise it up if you want to, or you could stick it right on the card. I think I'm going to raise it up. You could use foam strips. You could use, you may have like a roll of foam tape. Get that out. Let's raise this up a little bit. Okay, we'll put this right, get it centered as best we can. Put some glue on here. I do use foam tape too. but I got some of this, a package of these sheets of foam pretty inexpensively, and I thought I'm going to give that a shot. And I got that idea from one of the design team members in Technique Junkies group. Okay. Oh, and I mentioned this idea about using foam. On the design team in Technique Junkies is a wonderful designer named Michael Trentz, and he lives in Brazil. And I believe, if I remember correctly, he said they don't have the double-sided foam that comes in rolls like this, or something along those lines. And he said he uses the fun foam. I hope I got that story right. And so when I saw this package of foam sheets, I thought, I'd give that a try. And if you don't follow the Technique Junkies Facebook page, you might want to take a look, because there's a wonderful design team, and so many of them are going to be showing through the month of August. You're going to see posts of different ideas of ways to use this stamp and all of the August stamps. Let me show you a sheet of them really quickly here. I always get sidetracked. So there's an inside out package. And inside out is when they have something you've put on the outside, I love free speech. And the inside says, I also love ignore, mute, and block. So those are really funny, kind of snarky sayings. But this is the new release. So starting August 1st, you will see different designers posting their different cards throughout the month. And then later in the month, sometimes you'll see us posting rubber stamps from, years ago that came out, or months ago. Anyway, what do we need? Do we need anything else on this card? I think I'm going to get out some bling. I think I just have to have some bling on here. I almost can't help myself. And I have these. I'm going to use these. I don't know about you, but you can let me know in comments. I love gems that have a nice, pretty sparkle to them, and not all gems are created equally. That is for sure. So I'm going to put some of these red little sparklies on there. I got this tool this year. I bought it. It is Marvy. It's a jewel picker. And let me show you real quick. It has a little plastic sticky nub on each side that's just enough to pick up these gems. And I just think it's great. I think it's great. Whoever invented that, it's a great idea. There we go. Let's get another one on there. Ooh, I like that. Do you like gems? If so, do you have a favorite? Favorite types, favorite company? Anyway, there we go. I think that turned out so pretty, so neat. So now I want to show you my parade of cards and my other favorite from the August release. So this was my favorite, and my other favorite, I think they're tied, is Loyal Friend. Isn't that beautiful? I've only made one card with it so far, and I will show you that. Let me get out my pile of cards here. And I'm going to show you some other dog and cat cards I've made with Technique Junkies stamps also, okay? This is a simple one. I used my punch, I used my paper, and some ribbon. I matched my ribbon to my stamp. And, I could add a couple gems if I wanted to. I didn't on that one. Let me set my stuff aside here. This is wrapping paper. yes, it's a roll of wrapping paper, rainbow wrapping paper. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's going to be perfect with this stamp. When you feel me in your heart, just look up. This stamp seems to have been a favorite when I posted on my art cards with AJ Facebook page and the Technique Junkies page. I think it's just a sweet, sweet little dog. Back to the rescued. This card is just simply a piece of, it's a navy blue cardstock, which really doesn't matter, right? That's just washi tapes. I just put washi tapes on there. And my punched image. And I found that daisy sticker, and I'm thinking, why did I pull that sticker out? Knowing me, I had a smudge, an ink smudge, and since I saw flowers on the card, I thought that looked cute on there. Okay. Here's another one using that same paper, and and this is advice from a dog. I used red washi tape. I used my little red gemstones on the dog collar. Hope you can see that. Framed it in red, and this is advice from a dog. They also have advice from a cat with Technique Junkies, and they also have, it's almost like a whole advice from line of stamps that they're sweet. They have advice from the forest, so that might be something you want to look into. This is just a simple monochromatic. I stayed with the tan brown family, neutral. Okay. This is just a slight variation. I used blue and blue gems and white ribbon with that paper. There's another similar one with brown ribbon. And these two, I used the same stencil. The stencil is from Technique Junkies. I think it's extra cute because it has little tiny paws and it has bigger paws. And this one I just stenciled like an orange ink through the stencil for that background. And then I tied that in with little dog bone ribbon that had orange in it and little orange gems. And this one, I made this background a couple years ago, and this I used a foil technique. So I can get to that in a different video. And this, I got out my Cuddle Bug. This is silver foil, a mirror. It's like a mirror cardstock. It's just a cardstock, and then I cut it down to fit into my paw print embossing folder. And I love embossing folders with mirror cardstock. If you haven't tried it, do it. You'll love it. And while I'm talking about embossing folders, you could also rub an ink pad on one side of the embossing folder, put your piece of white cardstock in there, run it through, and then you would have another background, which I didn't do. But thought I'd mention while I'm at it. And then I had some glitter cardstock. I stayed with purples, and I thought that turned out really pretty too. And let's see, I know I have some, and that's the card we made today. The last thing I'm going to do here is I want to show you the stamps really quick. Some cat and dog stamps that Technique Junkies has. This is better with a dog. This is the one I used today. Fun and games. This one's so funny. This one was really funny. The advice from a dog I mentioned. On their website, if you type in advice from and search, it'll come up. There's the sweet little doggy. This one's a hoot, Chihuahua. I did the math, we can't afford the cat. You could put that on a newspaper background. You could use newspaper for the background. or numbers if you have a number background, pencils. And I'm also thinking about, I have all these out because these would be nice cards for animal rescue. Advice from the cat. Yes, I really need all these cats. That came out in February. And I'll show you that stamp really quick so you can see that's the size. I love that big font. And this one has like an old dog in a pickup truck. Let's roll. And my other favorite, and I'll be done with the video, is Loyal Friend. Isn't it beautiful? My cousin has a German Shepherd named Jetta, and she has birthday every year. They celebrate Jetta's birthday, and she'll wear a pink party hat, and sometimes she'll have on a pink dress. Yes, the German Shepherd has on a pink dress, yes. And I used Eat, Play, Love. I stamped it first. And then I stamped the dog. Very simple. I just thought it was cute, beautiful, awesome. Yes, okay. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I would love to hear your comments, your feedback on this video. If you have any questions, put those in the comments. And if you want to go shopping, I will put the links in the description for you. At the beginning of the month, this is important, at the beginning of the month, from the 1st through the 8th. So I'll just give this example. The 1st through the 8th, these stamps that just come out are 15% off without doing anything when you go shopping on their Technique Junkies website. They're just 15% off through the 8th of the month. If you buy anything else, so if you bought some new stamps and then you decided to buy this stamp also, if you type in my code TJ10AJ, you could get 10% off any of the past stamps or stencils that you buy, okay? So just wanted to make that clear. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.